Hey, what's up? Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's, everyone! If this is going the way I want, this is uploading at 12 o'clock of the new year! So, what am I doing today? I'm gonna show you everything I did in this past year! Yay! You can see on screen before you not only my face, but also my channel. And I'm just gonna go through. This year, I did quite a bit. I'm also really tired right now, in case it's not obvious. So, our journey brings us back 1 year ago. And about 1 year ago, I made a video saying, I'm back, because I didn't upload for like a year. So, that was when I built my new PC. So, a lot has happened in this new year. You can also see, my background is way different in this one. So, yeah. That'll be another video I made. So moving on. About a year ago was also 2024 TGA. I made a video on that. And then I did something that helped me learn a lot about editing. And it was my whole Road to Fatalis series. Fun little fact, I was checking my Steam numbers. And I'm at like 80 hours on Monster Hunter World. And it's exclusively from making these videos. It was that long of a playthrough to do the whole thing. I actually was very happy with how they came out. The first couple episodes were really scuffed, but after I got my groove, I kind of really liked them. That was kind of all I did for a bit. I was just doing that. It was maybe a few months before Monster Hunter Wilds came out, and it was just making Monster Hunter World videos of trying to rush over to Fatalis. And then you can see a huge dip in quality around like when I start fighting the Elder Dragons and stuff, because I was messing with my settings and Wilds was getting really close. And then all of my Master Rank stuff just like was super rushed videos because the game came out in like a week and I had no time. This is around when Rogue Legends came out, was 10 months ago on BTD 6. I made a video on that. That's a pretty fun DLC for the game. I also got to play a closed beta test of Elden Ring Night Rain. I put a video out with no commentary. If we look through, here's the finale of the Road to Fatalis one. I think I was just at a high enough master rank to fight Fatalis. And the funny thing about it is you are supposed to hunt Elatrion before doing Fatalis. So I went to hunt Elatrion, and I failed miserably because my gear is not very good for it. I used a switch axe to do the whole thing. I don't know if switch axe is very good for elemental damage. I did have elemental files, but because I was getting basically 2-shot or 1-shot by everything, it was really hard. Then when I failed and ended up going back out, I saw that there was a new exclamation mark, and it gave me a different Elatrion quest. And I went, huh, that's kind of weird. I was giving it a bunch of tries on normal Elatrion, and I went, this isn't going anywhere. So then I jump into that quest, and it's a weaker version of Elatrion that you're supposed to fight before Fatalis. So I guess like the canon, hey, you got rid of Elatrion here, and now Fatalis shows up. So I went and I fought that one, and I beat it first try after doing so many of normal Elatrion. I think the biggest problem I ran into is trying to pass DPS check. I'm not too sure. If you didn't know, there's an elemental DPS check in the Elatrion fight, blah blah blah. But then I went to fight Fatalis, basically at the lowest master rank you can possibly do, with some of the most scuffed gear possible. Let me see if I even show off my gear. I'm pretty sure I do. I found where my gear is. Now, to preface this, I was playing with some restrictions too. I was only using gear without charms, or decorations rather. So no decorations were on any of my gear. This was entirely just, I'm rocking whatever. I'm not going to use any layered armor or anything. You're just going to get straight the facts. I had Wrath Soul Helm Alpha, Legiana Male Alpha, Rathalos Vambraces Alpha, Horcry Coil Alpha, which I believe is Shrieking Legiana, and then Wrath Soul Greaves Alpha. As you can see, my skills were not great. So if you want to see a pretty intense Fatalis fight, where I had to go all out and like min-max this fight, and it took me forever, like to the point that the game came out, I believe, like the next day after finishing this. It was either a day or two after I beat this, that Monster Hunter Wilds came out right then and there. Yeah, it took me to the wire, to the last minute to actually finish this hunt and finish the series I was working on, because deadlines. The biggest reason my gear looked like this, I wanted evade window, and that was kind of it. I really needed that for Switch X to work out. I mean, you can see I have evasion charm 3, and basically no damaging abilities except for critical boosts. So that was a scuffed run. I had to pull all the stops. I was using items and everything on that. I was quite proud of myself beating that challenge. But after that, you can see I spent like a whole month putting together my next video, which was Monster Hunter Wilds the movie, and it's a 2.5 hour. This is my magnum opus currently. I say currently because I do expect to one day make something crazier or do a more ambitious project. 2.5 hours of fully edited through the entire way, with a variety of different music and soundtracks used, and I mean, a little cringe, but I voice over random stuff that my character does, adding in my own voice work because I think it's funny and it would be interesting. Like, that has been my biggest project yet on this channel. Yeah, it took me a month to gather all the footage, edit, script, do the whole thing, and it took forever. And after that point, I didn't know what to do with my channel. Like, I made a random video about the Copium mod, which I'm about to do another video on because I'm hooked on it again. I talked about Great Sword and Wilds. I played Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. That's a fun game still. The Oblivion remake, I made like a funny goof on that because it pissed me off on how it stopped working immediately. I bought Vocaloid, the software Vocaloid, to make stuff with Hatsune Miku. And I had a video where I randomly started using it. It was the first time using it. It was so bad. I still can't really do anything with it. Using the same thing, played, oh my god, I can't remember the name. Nubby's Number Factory. I played that and used like Miku in that too or whatever. And I was just kind of like burnt out from work and doing random shit. I don't know. I didn't have any creative juices flowing. I made like a video on why I make videos, kind of meta when I say it out loud. I didn't really know to do it. I wanted to draw some more, so I was doing this. I've also been drawing a little more in my free time again. I made some random stuff on Elden Ring Night Rain. I didn't know what to make for those videos, so they're really bad. This is basically like the shitter portion of my year is right after making like the Miku stuff. It's just really scuffed. But then 5 months ago, uploaded, I moved out, and that's where my background is now. And my setup also already looks different from when I moved out initially. So let me see if pretty sure I show off my setup somewhere. Maybe not too in depth, but I showed off. I had some monitors and stuff. Right now I'm actually facing where that monitor is. So where that monitor was, because I only use that monitor's actually in there now. I got a monitor that's like twice its size and 4K and OLED, so I'm staring at one way larger. I'll actually turn the camera around in a minute. This is how my setup kind of looked, and I had my camera set up on the monitor to my side here. I'll grab you now. So we're looking this way. As you can see, that's what I'm staring at, this big ass screen. Very, very nice, by the way. The monitor is very nice. There's my other monitor. There's my third one. That's the old one. And here's my drawing tablet. So this, it's a mess. Don't look actually, it's a mess. Basically, my setup has improved a little bit. I'm still using the Miku gear though. So me showing off my Miku apparel, yes, I do use that as my daily stuff. That hasn't changed at all. And then I kind of went dry for a few months. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, which isn't entirely being truthful because I actually was working on other projects in the meantime. But I didn't really know what to do with this channel for quite a bit. And then I decided I was going to do the 25 days of Flexmas like I did back in 2022. And that's what all these videos are. So this is just the past month worth of daily uploads, which was a nightmare logistically on my end, working a full-time job and then also having to balance my personal life, hanging out with friends and whatnot, and seeing my friend come back, so I wanted to make time for him, and then also trying to figure out just everything. Just figuring out everything to make this work was a nightmare, because there's not enough time in the day for me to work like a full-time job and also edit like videos together that are super coherent and make sense, and blah 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 blah. This month was pretty good. I think I actually made some of like my funniest content this month. Similar to last time I did this, 2022, I did some Bloons Tower Defense map making. I had recorded this Ninja Gaiden 4 trials when the game came out, and I finally just got around to editing it. I made more Slay the Spire stuff because that was another thing I did in 2022. I made a really cringe ASMR video that I will never watch again, but if other people look at it and think it's funny, then that's so much funnier. I made a scuffed YouTube channel intro, and this is where I figured out how to make my own little funny mic, even using this, like, $200 microphone. So I think that's even funnier to be, like, I'm using relatively professional level equipment to make it look absolutely awful. Night Rain DLC came out this month, I was playing that. I was changing up my content. I was doing Guess the Spire. I think it's Spiredle is what it's called or something, and I was kind of killing it. I used that scuffed setup again in another video. TGA 2025 came out, and by the way, the final announcement from there was so bad. If you're interested, watch that video. Unbeatable came out, a game that I knew nothing about until a few weeks before it came out, and I loved the style of it so much I bought it when it came out. And it's one of my favorite games ever now. If you have not played that game, play it. And I know the story is kind of slow in the start or whatever. If you buy that game, you are actively doing yourself a disservice if you do not finish it. That is how good the ending is, in my opinion. That you want to make sure you finish that game if you play it. Finally, facing my fear in Monster Hunter Wilds, I took on 9-star Tempered Gormagala. I believe it was also like an Arkveld in the Hunt 2 or whatever. First time making a little guide video talking about how to like fix a bug in a game. Or, I mean, it's a little more than that. But if you get like soft locked or hard locked and unbeatable, a way you can kind of fix things up. Because that game definitely has some technical problems. Playing some AI slop Christmas game. Oh my god, it was awful. This video is really funny. This video ends when I take damage. I think I played like 8 different games because the whole gimmick was I'm bad at the game, but I'm gonna say each game is made for babies. Tutorial on how to make the funny mic. GOG came out in Monster Hunter Wilds. I made like a pretty scuffed video. Not a very good video. It's just a hunt of the monster. So if you wanted to watch just a normal hunt, there it is. Dyed my hair for the first time. You can see that. The thumbnails when I was blonde. Thank you, auto thumbnails. I got really lazy at the end here because I was making videos at like 1 in the morning. I technically was not doing them every day. I know I cheated a little bit because I was uploading them at like 1 or 2 in the morning and then still waking up at 6 o'clock to go to work, so I was up very, very late. But it is what it is. Like I said, I don't have enough time in the day for this stuff. But that's how I now have this beautiful hair. I actually really like it. And it's now, I've gotten used to it, and I'm like, wow, it looks so much more interesting than just having basic brown hair. So, like, even looking at my old videos, I'm like, wow, I feel like I look pretty different. I think I look better with green hair, which is really strange. I thought I was going to say it looked awful when I initially did it, especially seeing I did it at home. Come May, you'll see part of the reason why I did this. I think I mentioned it in the video, but there is going to be a part 2 to my hair being dyed. I'm gonna say in quotes part 2. I finished the Ninja Gaiden trials. I died so many times. If you want to see my final death counter from all of those videos, just go and watch that final episode. It's shorter by I think like 2 minutes than the other ones, but the death toll basically went from like 70. I don't want to spoil it, actually. I'm telling you to go watch it, but I added a lot in just one episode here. I vented about working holidays at grocery stores. I still stand by it. It's fucking miserable, and I hate it. My job sucks around the holidays, I'll tell you that much. And then with Christmas right around the corner, I made a video talking about some random free Christmas games. I gave them like 5 minutes each and then went through a ton of them. Some of them I didn't even last the full 5 minutes. They were that boring to me. But that was fun. Fun little goof video. And then a Merry Christmas 2025. And if you haven't watched that video, then let me take you to the next part of this video. Because I worked on this channel, but I also put arguably more effort onto another channel this year. And that's the outlets right here. You can see they added the collaboration feature, and I've been using it to show it. But for the last year, I started uploading more on this channel too. If you don't know, this is a Minecraft parody channel, which is really funny. So about 6 months ago is when I started doing this again. Because I mainly didn't do it as my friend Nate, but I came back and said I want to start doing this and actually taking it a little more seriously to help with my own vocals. You know, obviously I'm doing this as a joke, but also I want to get a little bit better at singing. So I've done a ton of videos here as well. Oh my god. And some of these took a lot more effort than others did. This was my first song using Miku in it, and it did not come out great, but it's funny because it's Minecraft. If you're curious about how I make the parodies, I made a whole video on it. So if you wanted to make Minecraft parodies like me, you can do that too. I did a lot of different songs. I mean, my taste in music's all over the place. I did a fucking Gentleman song. That is Moist Critical's band. So I thought it'd be really funny to do 2019 guy. I used Miku in more stuff. That one I didn't do, like, I haven't done a ton with Miku because she's really hard to use and takes so long. But I did a whole bunch of different type of artists. I mean, I did The Killers, I did The Gentleman, Postal Service, Bring Me the Horizon, Under Oath. That was a suggestion. Shout out the guy that suggested that. A Day to Remember. This one's a cover of a cover, actually. It was Since You've Been Gone. I believe that's a Kelly Clark song or something. But I did the Day to Remember version specifically, so I did a cover of a cover, and my friend pointed that out and thought it was really funny. Nate did this one. I did a Kuko song. That one is probably the most different from any song that I've personally done. Another Bring Me the Horizon song with Under Oath. I worked with my friends that have their own band called Publicly Banned. Shout out, by the way. They haven't done too much, but I know they're working on stuff. They really like Fall Out Boy, so I did Fall Out Boy with them. I did Ken Ashcorp. Love that artist. Really fun. More Fall Out Boy. I had Publicly Banned do Blink-182, Feeling This. Is basically just their own little Minecraft cover. My friend recommended Empire of the Sun, a specific song from them, which is like more of a poppy song, and I thought that was really funny to do. Enter Shikari, Pierce the Veil again, Bullet for My Valentine, Ken Ashcore again, I the Mighty. Those I recorded forever ago, and I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna post them even though they sound absolutely terrible. This one, I think, is my proudest, Temporary Server. It's a Hail the Sun song, Secondary Worship. I think I sound the closest to this vocalist somehow. And you can also see I was uploading here when I wasn't uploading on my own channel. Asking Alexandria I did one, Sleeping with Sirens. I kind of stopped for a bit, and then Nate put out 3 of his. His are always bangers. And I made the Christmas one, so big shitpost one with Mariah Carey, because there's no way I was going to make that sound any good. And then a whole like little Minecraft parody Christmas album, which is just really funny to say. So I did like 7 songs on there. It was going to be 8 with the Mariah Carey one, but because I used the funny mic and just no effort, that's its own thing. So that's kind of been my past year. I've been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of random things. There's been a lot going on. I've learned a lot. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It would take me forever to actually get through every little thing I've done this year. You know, in my free time, that is. So, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. I mean, Happy New Year's again. This has been a good year for me, I feel like. It's a very different year for me. And I'm hoping I can kind of keep on doing more in the future. So, Happy New Year. Here's the 2026, everybody.